we honor a native son of our community.
You want me to tell them what I was thinking when I did this?
Yes, because I love it. It's wonderful.
Well, as we'll unveil it here in a minute, and you'll see it. I'm going to tell you about my thought process when I did this. First, in order to do any historical figure, you have to do a lot of reading and study, and as my wife will attest, I cornered the market on all books on the Civil War and particularly on the general. So I had to pose him in a manner that I felt like was indicative of his life. And so when you look at it, I'll tell you what I had in mind. It is basically the last day of his life. It's November 30th, 1864. The weather is chillier than it is today. He's standing on a spot that was described as Breezy Hill, and he had just visited with his general, John Bell Hood, and John Bell Hood had told him that he wanted Patrick Cleburne to take his troops and take an almost, not an almost, but a purely suicidal mission that was over about a 2.25 mile open field without artillery support and take a well-entrenched enemy fortress. So as you look at him, he just fast forward to where he is as I show him. And he's addressing his generals and telling them what is about to take place. Immediately after this, he mounts his horse. He goes up to a General Govan, and he saddles up next to him and he says, well, Govan, if we must die, let's die like men. There's more people here that know this story than I do, but the last battle entailed the Then he had a a second horse shot out from underneath him, and he made it within, according to the writings, within 65 feet his body was found. And I think right at 62 to 65 major officers were killed, and 6,250 of the troops. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
What my
Yeah.
folks come up, please. Where's the drum roll?
If you'll notice, his body is facing back towards Franklin. That the artist just gave you an idea of what happened at Franklin. But Patrick Cleburne moved to Helena in the mid-1850s. And he lived right here, right across the street where Smith Insurance Agency is. And he's looking right now at the grave of his dog that he buried right there in the parking lot. He loved his dog.